What's up, what's up, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's it going tonight? What's up? Well, I mean, I guess it's sort of night for me right now, but not, for most of you who are that direction on the, the globe, and someone's that direction, yeah, it's sort of the dead of night. Either way, I don't know what I'm saying. What's up, guys? This is Griever bringing you guys, of course, One Punch Man, chapter 136, live stream reaction. So, alright, we all know my feelings currently, or some of you haven't, because I really did plan to make a video about this whole redraw versus redo thing. I think there was a few of my main cats in the Discord, and we went into sort of length on the Discord. We talked about it and what I think and stuff like that. I think I talked about it on Grim Reaper's Discord as well. Definitely go check out Grim Reaper's channel and of course his Discord. But yeah, so I was definitely not feeling the vibe. And if you guys remember, I believe it was the last stream, because it's been a while. In the last stream, I said, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be covering One Punch Man anymore. Maybe I should only do some live stream reactions for some chapters that you guys want me to do. That, everyone's like, oh, man, we know you're not the biggest fan. We know you don't like what Murata's been doing lately with the series. But this chapter, you should live react to this chapter, right? So I figured, I'd wait around for that. But the moment this chapter, the Raws came out, I got like 3 or 4 people in my Discord just boom, 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 boom. Saying, you definitely got to check this one out. This one, yeah. So I'm expecting some Garou. Let's just be honest. This is the Garou show. This is not One Punch Man. Who's that? You mean Garou, don't you? You mean Bang's disciple? That Garou? That man, the main character? Yeah, me too. That's what I'm talking about. So, I'm curious to see. What this is all about. The only thing I've currently checked out is the cover page, which features the lovely and voluptuous Fubuki saying, "Oh my, is it going to get hot from now on?" And she's wearing a very classic, it looks like a full pair of jeans, might be jean shorts. She's wearing that very classic frilly top. Actually, I think my wife owns a top like that. Anyways, very summer attire, but very classic, a little more 90s, late 80s feel to the outfit. But I'm an old soul. I love that shit. I miss the days, and most men are going to hate me for this. I miss the days before leggings. I really do. I think a woman in jeans is just, there's something about it. We just don't see it often enough. A woman, and I mean a woman, guys. I'm not talking teenagers and high schools and stuff. I mean actual women like in their mid-20s to early 30s wearing jeans all the time. That was the normal attire. And now it's sort of gone to this whole yoga pants thing. Lululemon and all that crap. Once again, I can appreciate what these leggings do for the lovely female form, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. That being said, we got Phoenix Man in here in the chat saying, I managed to catch this one right at the start. And this is probably my worst started live stream. So that's ironic, Phoenix Man. That is very ironic that, I'm all over the map with this one. I wasn't planning on streaming today. I just came away from a supper. I'm full as hell. It was my brother's birthday. So, yeah. So we're just going to have fun with this one. I just did a 4-hour stream for Shimatsu no Valkyrie, guys, if you guys aren't aware. And we got into more than Shimatsu no Valkyrie. We got a little too hefty into politics and stuff. Of course, I had more than a case of beer on board, as I usually do when I stream on Saturdays. And, so some of it went a little off the rails and stuff. But that was a big, long stream, and I wasn't planning on doing a big stream until maybe the end of the week. So once again, this one a little more dispassionate than the last one probably, but we'll have to see. Maybe the chapter will bring me up, make me all that kind of idea. Rocky in the 10th round sort of feeling. Solo Warrior says, is it out? I can't find it. Solo, you know what to do, man. You know what to do. You can join my Discord. The links are there. See, this is how I trap people. See, I'm like a cable company. sort of like, yeah, you cannot, we have the monopoly. You don't need internet and cable. But, I mean, is that really living in 2020 anymore? And honestly, anybody even off the grid, I mean, with the whole 2020 stuff, yeah, absolutely. Like right now, like we needed cable and internet for entertainment more than ever, I feel. One Nation Army 498 is in here. What's up, One Nation? Says Griever is best genus from My Hero Academia. Confirmed. You mean I show up at the last minute like a boss when everybody thought I was dead in the water, and I show up and I go, yeah, you know that dude that like 18 heroes have been fighting? Bam! Sit down, boy. I got this, Yeah, is that who you're referring me to? Because I'll take that. I will take that. That is my true identity. Griever is simply an alias for my hero name. Best genus. Definitely not one of my favorite characters, but I never had a bad point to say about Best Genus. So, Chubb's in here, also known as my YouTube channel, says, finally get to watch Griever react to a good One Punch Man chapter again. Alright, the good part, we'll wait and see. Miss Content is in here, says, ayo, yo. We have Cassap, something I can't read, with more that I can't read. Alright, welcome, Cassap. That's cool. Solar Warrior also says, found in the general chat. That's perfect. Going back to what Chubb was saying there about getting me to react to a chapter. Well, once again, not that we're going to get into it, but I think that's sort of on the dude who decided to remake already existing chapters. I think that's sort of his fault, the chapter 136. You haven't seen me react to anything because, he was sort of wasting his time making bullshit. But anyways, yeah. I love how I say I'm not going to start anything, and then I like jab, like just poke that damn bear, get that thing out of hibernation. Let's start a fire, I'm such a dick. I know it, guys. I know it. Phoenix Man also says, I wish Murata had been clearer in just how much he was going to redo back when he started doing it. It would have softened the blow a bit if we had an idea of what to expect. That is absolutely true. I mean, I wasn't into One Punch Man for a long time, so maybe you guys can correct me. But how many chapters, up until like chapter 100, like in the first couple arcs, how many has he ever gone back and redone? Like, this seems to be like a newer thing. Like, maybe he did one or two, and they weren't actual redos. They were redraws. He cleaned it up. He made it a little better. He was like, yeah, you know what? I don't like that sequence. I don't like what I drew there. I just want to touch up some panels. He didn't completely change the story and the characters and the entire frame of reference. He was just redoing it. So, as Phoenix Man brings up, him being clear when he first started, I wish when he sort of had it in his mindset that, well, even though we release chapters on the internet, they're not in paperback yet, so don't count any of it yet because I might change my mind. Had he been honest about that right out of the gate, then maybe, and it's part of the reason why I'm just sort of excited to have a reason to do a stream right now, but it's sort of the reason I was kind of like, maybe I got to step away from One Punch Man because I don't think this has nice, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling the integrity is there. I don't feel like it's necessarily ethical, but anyways. Once again, this stream is not about that. This stream is about the fact that we actually got a chapter. This is great. Solar Warrior says, though it does tell me how many pages there are on like other manga sites. Never mind. Okay, so what are we into here yet? We've been running for about 10 minutes. We got about 9 folks in here. 9 folks and only 1 like. What's wrong with y'all? I mean, to be fair, if you guys do dislike, I don't know how to check that. Like, unless I go out and check my own link and stuff. But in the studio room, in the camera room, whatever they call it, I can only see likes. I can't see dislikes. So maybe 10 of you are currently in here according to this. Maybe I got 9 dislikes already. Who knows? I don't expect them on this. But anyways, alright. It's been about 10 minutes. I waited long enough. You guys are here. We already talked about the cover page once again. Jeans on a woman. What happened? I loved the late 80s and the early 90s. It was a good time. It was a great time. All right, let's get into this. Chapter 136. And as I said, the only reason that I think that everyone went, yep, when the Raws came out, Griever, you got to do this, even though most of these cats were in my last stream, and they know how I felt. I'm expecting Garou. That's got to be the reason, right? So maybe I'm hyping myself to. You know what? I'm not gonna hype myself up just in case. Let's just get into it. Okay. Whoa. Right off the bat here, page 1. Well, page 3, whatever. We have Darkshine, or Dark Disappointment. Just completely muscled out, but cowering in fear. He's in the fetal position still. And we have Atomic, Fury. Okay, here's all the crew. And remember when my mask said, yeah, I'll take them all out. It's like, dude, you might get away with 2 at the most, and that's being generous. I remember that chapter. Yeah, that was ridiculous. So we got all the dudes. There's Pig God, there's Child, there's Zombie, there's My Mask, there's Fury, there's Atomic. They're all there saying, you were defeated by Garou? Fury Prisoner is just sweating. He was sweating bullets. Because remember, he was up. He was in that fight. If you guys recall, he was there. These guys weren't. So, all right, Darkshine was defeated. It can't be. Does this mean Darkshine was defeated in hand-to-hand combat? And I love how, like, Fury's naked, Darkshine basically naked, Zombie Man's naked. Like, all right, so far we're dealing with a bit of a sausage fest, but okay. All right, Murata, you were screwing around for the last couple months, whatever you were doing, and then you decide to open the gate with, let's see how many naked heroes I can put on screen in the first 3 pages. Let's do this, right? I mean, gotta respect a man for having balls. Get it? Well, my sense of humor is in the toilet. All right. So Zombie Man is even questioning to himself. How could he be beaten? We have Darkshine cowering in fear, still cowering. Garou is alive. He will probably appear once again in a short while. I didn't even register it in that first page because I was like, okay, they're just talking to Darkshine. But the first thing I said to you guys before we even opened this link was, this might be a Garou chapter. This could be a Garou chapter, and now they're talking about it. They're talking about Garou, and that he will probably appear very soon. Ooh, okay, so that time, he might have already been unstoppable for anybody. Just what is he? And we see the flashback of him just making Darkshine feel like the smallest little ant, just raging over him. No, what's he saying there? Man, his nose looks big there. Like, Darkshine nose always that big? It just looks really big there. Anyways, I'm sure somebody will say that's racist, but guess what? Darkshine ain't black. We found that out too. So, the whole idea of the character sort of. But yeah, his nose just looks really big in that last panel shot there. But he's sweating bullets. He is sweating bullets. And he says, no matter how much you punch him or smash him, you will immediately swell up. He will immediately swell up and rush in. Okay, so he's warning like half a good solid quarter of the S-class heroes. Garou is on another level again. Like, he's surpassed whatever we thought he was. This dude is dangerous as hell. So next page, he's like the personification of despair. Okay, and we're going down. There. All right. When we first started this, I was just hyped to have a Garou chapter, right? I was like, okay, this got to be Garou. And at first, in that last page, when he said Garou's alive, he'll probably appear once again in a short time, I figured we'd have to wait until the very end of the chapter, when we'd see a panel of him under the rubble. This very panel, which is only a few pages in. I don't see how many pages this chapter is. That don't matter. But either way, we're getting this soon. Whoa, okay. Okay, we're jumping out of the gate with this. All right. All right. I somehow knew it. I somehow knew it when everybody saw the Raws and they basically said, "Oh yeah, Griever, you gotta react to this." So, and I'm assuming that we won't just cut away from this. I'm not just gonna cut away after seeing him, after they hype him up. We're not doing that. No. We aren't doing that. Okay. So we see him under the rubble. Next page. Oh man, he's absolute evil. And it looks like he does have a pupil back. At first I thought his eyes were whited out, his teeth are barred. He is got an entire goddamn, like, and a whole building is on top of him, plus all the rubble, plus all the mines. And he's just holding himself up, bleeding from the mouth, neck veins are popping, and he just looks like a goddamn monster. Yeah, okay. The Garou show is in the house. I don't know why people keep calling it One Punch Man. This is the Garou show. And we're here. We're here to see it. Ironically considered absolute evil when he's more heroic than most of the heroes. But that's beside the point. That actually is the point of his character. Alright. Oh, we're actually going to get Garou. Like, they're not just going to jump away from this. Alright, so Garou's actually going to talk, finally. So we know what he's into. I mean, his mouth is a faucet of blood right now. I mean, that just looks painful as hell. Right. I can clearly imagine it now. The evil that I must carry out. The evil he must carry out. Okay, so he believes he's got to carry out some form of evil. That's a little bit of a change up. He always said, like, he needed to be a villain and stuff, but for him to call it evil. Alright, so maybe he's being taken over a little bit here, because one eye is still black. Let's see. But what's happening? The more I get overwhelmed, the more I increase in power. Did I get too tired against muscle figurine? I feel like my head is clear now. Did he just call Darkshine muscle figurine? I mean, Darkshine, to be fair, does look like basically Captain America, Superman, just drawn like with the perfect set of disproportionate muscles. You know, he looks like Broly, you know, that kind of stuff. So I get that. It's funny to me that he's sort of making a joke, almost like kind of bitch slapping him after he's already sort of bitch slapped him, calling him muscle figurine. I feel like my head is clear now. All right, so he seems to have. He's not in some subconscious state or whatever. He's fully conscious, it seems. And now he's trying to climb up. Now I can make it. Like this, I can climb up and reach the realm of disaster level God. Are they intending to make Garou the first God level character? Like, I'm all for the meme, guys. Boros was God level threat, regardless what people want to say. Dragon Plus and all that crap. No, he was God. You know, it was defined. Do the Patrick Star meme, the SpongeBob meme. That's basically it. So Boros he just got defeated quickly. But to actually canon, he's a God level threat determined by the in story, not by the fan base, but in story. Is he going to be the first confirmed God level threat? Because I did not expect this. This dialogue is completely alien to me. I didn't expect any of this. Not a thing. Next page. Jesus, what the hell are these things? We got a tongue lizard on steroids, something that came out of a hentai, and I can't even see that thing's face because it just says, "I will become the very despair that will forever." Oh! What happened to the hentai monster? The panel. Oh, what's happening to all of them? Oh, wait a minute. This wasn't representation. These were like, oh, look at all these huge Godzilla-sized monsters. Rawr, we're going to terrorize all of humankind, like representing despair, representing the God-level threats and what they might be. It's going to show Garou at this, isn't it? Because we see the two hands. Grab, and somehow blew up. What did he chomp down on the one in the middle? He grabbed them, he squeezed them. Next page. He did eat them. He ate them. Knock humanity down into the depths of terror. This dude, this double page spread, he's going to be so fucking terrifying. He's going to be so God level, ironically, that he's going to make the monsters, he's going to eat the monsters that terrorize. He's going to make them look like fodder. He's literally going to make them a meal. He's doing this Toriko style. He's going to power up those gourmet cells. He's going to eat all these dragon levels, and he's going to show them what a god level can do. This panel, I know it's just symbolizing, it's sort of like a representation of, that sort of metaphor, that allegory, whatever, just trying to show us. But still, it looks so good. Doesn't it? Like you can feel what they're trying to represent here, what they're trying to showcase through this sort of imagery. Using the imagery to show it, but he's devouring anything that else is terrifying. He's going to be the only thing when people think of terror. And I mean, those abs, you could just grind meat on them. Like, God damn. Wow. Alright, I don't know how long this chapter's going to last, so I got to check the chat. I don't know how many times I should be pausing. So, yeah, but either way, let's just check the chat really quick, see what people are saying before I get too ahead, and then I end up doing that, guys, sometimes, as you know. Like, sometimes I'll talk for 20 minutes or so, and then I'll go back to the chat, and people responded to what I said, like, 20 minutes ago, and I don't fully remember, not that I have terrible memory, it's just that I've been talking for a while, it's a response, we sort of moved on halfway through. I do tangents. We know that. Excuse me. Let's see. Phoenix Man said, I think if there was ever a time to take a break from the Garou show, it was the last half a year. Yeah, see, and I was intending to take a full break. Like, I was going to skip this chapter. I was going to skip quite a few chapters until we got a Garou chapter. I was counting on my boys like Greek God and Chubb and Vib and One and guys like that to basically tell me it's a Garou chapter. Without really spoiling, without telling me it's a Garou chapter, be like, yeah, I know you skipped the last, you haven't done a One Punch Man reaction in like 3 months. This is your month. I was counting on them to do that. They did not disappoint. It just so happened to be the one where I was like, guys, you know what? I'm getting a little tired of this. I'm not a fan of where the story's going. I'm not a fan of what Murata's doing. I got to take a break until Garou comes back into the story. So I'm not trashing on it every damn stream. Or making fun of it, or having problems, or just, other than appreciating the art and going, this not the, But now, already, we have a fire chapter. This isn't making up for all the bullshit, but it's so damn good that I've so far enjoyed every page. Let's see. Solar Warrior says you have 0 dislikes. Oh, well, that's good. I'm just saying, like, ironically, when I tell a bunch of people to like, because I see, oh, you got 10 or 12 people in here and only 3 likes. I'm like, why aren't you guys liking? Potentially you all disliked, right? I don't see that. Tenryo is in here, said, back for another stream about Single Fist Guy. Single Fist Guy. The Garou show. I'd love to see it. I like what you did there. Single Fist Guy. Yep. Gums Gang is in here. What's up, Gums? Haven't seen you in the stream for a while. Says, Murata decided to even out the female fan service with some naked men. Fair enough. I'm behind that. Not in the Puri Prisoner sort of way, but I'm behind it. Phoenix Man says singular strike male. Tenryo says soul hit dude. Okay, I'm liking all these. These are great. See, these are all in reference to Garou, right? Perfect name. The One Punch Man, that. It's like Tama, Pacha. We want the main character. This is what I've been waiting for. Dragon's Rage is in here, says, yo. Phoenix Man is in here, says, very soon, and One Punch Man is about 3 months. Fair enough. MC Dude says, hey, I'm late and I'm barely going to be in the chat, but I showed up. That's fine, man. Just glad you could make it. Chubb says, the Garou hype will never end. Of course the Garou hype will never end. He's the main character. So that's why it's called the Garou Show. No, that's why it's called Single Fist Guy, Singular Strike Male, and Soul Hit Dude alongside of the Garou Show. This manga has 4 titles. Still don't know why people call it One Punch Man. It's just a weird translation error. Let's see. Dragon says, the main character. Right. Chubb's in here. Garou will destroy the villainous S-class and monsters. Exactly. He's going to devour everyone. He's just going to eat. He's going to eat. He became a Toriko dude overnight, and I love it. He's just going to eat them all. They're all fodder to him. They're all just a meal. Just a steak dinner for him. All right, so now that we're caught up with that, we can jump back. I love this page. This double spread of Garou just chomping down on these monsters is beautiful. All right, so now we get the shocked eyes of the people. All right. People scared, under equal terror. Just grateful, united by it. Just grateful for being alive. Oh, is this going to turn the... Because, what is this? This isn't totalitarian or whatever. It's not fascist. It's another idea that... Shit, like this was in like some Code Geass and some Full Metal Alchemist shit. Or sort of like what Light tried to do in Death Note. It's sort of like people are so... They're going to be united and scared because they have a common fear and a common enemy, and no one's going to step out of line. I haven't read past United by It, Just Grateful for Being Alive, but I feel like this is going to have that Death Note effect, where after like 5-6 years in the Death Note manga, spoilers for a very old manga, guys, what happened was crime was reduced to like 70%. It was reduced by a stupid number, like more than half, over the course of the 5 years globally, because everyone was terrified of being judged and killed by this godlike figure. Now, of course, Light is a sociopath. He is a murderer. He is a mass murderer. He is a serial killer. However, you can't deny that the cause and effect. The cause might be evil, but the effect helped the world as a whole. That's why Death Note is, once again, one of these manga that some people say is the greatest. And if they're going to go on this line, I'm not going to say it stole it, because it's not just Death Note. Other really good stories have used this. If this is Garou's idea, because I was wondering about this whole, him talking about evil. He always talked about being a villain, finding the heroes to be more evil than villains and monsters. And I get that. We got that perspective. But if he's going down this line of thinking, he's just going to be that much better a character for me. If that's what this monologue is going to talk about, is basically him creating world peace through fear. I'm not saying it's necessarily right, but I'm sort of down with it. I'm down with it for his character. It makes perfect sense. So let's see. United by It, Just Grateful for Being Alive. People whose irrationalities cause even more irrationalities will cease to exist. Evil will fade away in a world where existence isn't taken for granted. So will bullying, discrimination, and even war. I don't know what to say. I'm like on point with this shit tonight, and I'm so happy for it. Like everything I'm thinking, like, wouldn't this be really cool? And then next page. I'm loving this. Man, this is so good. Garou's evolving as a character right before our eyes. We haven't seen him in like 2 fucking years. And not only did he evolve like from a physical standpoint in a battle shonen way, now he's evolving as a character in a sane and character driven way. Man, this is so good. So good. Next page. What the world needs is not blasted justice, but absolute, unbiased evil. Okay, so now the evil line that sort of confused me is starting to make all the sense. He's going to rule the world through fear, but in a way that, like in Death Note, he's going to rule it by making everyone appreciate their lives. If you live a good life and no discrimination, none of this, I ain't going to kill you. But if you try to start shit, I'm just going to slaughter all of you. And I'll try again. And I'll try again and again and again. Until you guys can get it right. I'm just going to wipe out anybody, Being grateful for their existence, he becomes the singular terror that everybody fears. And so everybody is united and no one fights amongst themselves. By proxy creating world peace. This dude is thinking in some 4D chess level ways. The Hero Association are just a bunch of goddamn suits. This dude is a hero. This guy knows what needs to be done. He knows that the All Might Superman Captain America thing from the comics, it never works. It never works. His way is the way to make it work. Sadly enough, I don't think you could deny this sort of argument. The only war would be against him. And in that way, people would stop fighting. People would stop discriminating. In the same way, you know what this reminds me of? If you guys never checked this out, some people say like Gundam Wing or Iron Blood's Orphans is the best one. Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny, showing racism, showing how when people are racist to other people now, but if you create a new race tomorrow, the entire human race will go and be racist towards that group of people. No, we're all humans. The color of your skin, your gender, none of that matters anymore because we have a new group to hate. And that's exactly what happened in Gundam Seed. Nobody cared about, different countries and races and ethnicities anymore because they had something more to fight. Something else, another new group that they could collectively hate. This is... Guys, this is 10 out of 10. This is 10 out of 10. God, I love this shit. Oh. But oh. This first panel, the shock. There's one key problem with this plan. I didn't even consider it. I was so hyped for his plan because he's right. It was proven in multiple mangas, which have very deep drama things. It's been proven in books that this is the way. If you really want world peace, the only way to achieve it is this sort of mentality. Democracy is never going to create world peace, everlasting peace. It just won't work. But Garou isn't evil. There's one hiccup. Garou isn't evil. And that's the fatal flaw. That's the flaw with his plan. You guys must know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you've read the chapter. I'm sure you're reading along. You know where I'm at. He's got this idea. It's perfect. It will work. It would work, and it will work. But now he has to terrorize the brat. As he just says, the kid. He's, and he's shocked because remember, he saw himself in the kid. He remembers his childhood and stuff. He sees, the little kid crying. And for the life of me, I can't remember his name. I remember that asshole's name, Waba Waba Ba Ba Ba. But, I say I remember his name, then I call him that. But he doesn't deserve a name, guys. He doesn't deserve a name. Doesn't this dude's name begin with an M or something? Like, something pretty simple. Anyways, I haven't gone beyond the brat line yet. It's my browser, actually. I have to scroll down for each, like, the last panel of each page. But, my God, this is, like, just when you think, I'm like, okay, this line of reasoning, I got it. This is some 3D level thinking. This is 4D. I get it. Then they throw the wrench in the plan. But the wrench makes sense because Garou isn't inherently evil. He can't be the terrorizing overlord that indiscriminately, as he puts it, he said, absolute unbiased evil. And then he remembers the kid. He can't. Unfortunately, even though he's right, he can't be that unbiased absolute evil because someone like that'll suffer. Because he cares, because he still has a heart. This is, once again, ladies and gentlemen, The Garou Show. It's called The Garou Show. This is why he's the main character. I know you guys like to think like I'm joking and trolling. I'm not. I have always seen, since this guy was introduced, I actually started to like One Punch Man. Because to me, it was all prologue. This is Garou's story. His evolution. His story. A lot of people love to read into Saitama. In all honesty, they love to read into Saitama and how he's depressed and all that stuff. But honestly, right here, Garou is way more developed and a way more interesting character than Saitama. Even if you want to do the whole mental, you know, oh, he's depressed and he can't find a fight and all that stuff. Yeah, okay. Even if you want to go down that line, that's fine and dandy. I actually have some problems with it, given all the extras I've read and stuff with that line. But even if you want to give him that, right here, how can you not say Garou is not the most developed, most interesting, and most dramatic character in all of One Punch Man? He is effectively the main character. He's leaps and bounds ahead of all the others. Who's better? Saitama? Genos? Fubuki? They don't hold a candle to this type of story. Man, I love this. All right, I gotta check back with the chat because I know it took a while there. I know it took a while. Oh man. And I'm sure the chat will tell me this kid's name. I totally forget. What is it? I know it's a simple name. It's like 5 letters. It begins with an M or an N or a T, something like that. Anyway, let's click. Shut up, phone. Let's see, where did I leave off? Dragon's Rage. Okay, let's slow down, guys, from Dragon's Rage. Let's not forget King is a beast. King is a beast. But Garou's a monster. MC Dude said, no Strike Man. Because he doesn't need to hit anybody. He can win without hitting. Greek God is in here saying, Garou, the GOAT. And he's right. MC Dude said, good old King, yep. Chubb says, step aside, Orochi. Garou is the real Monster King. Actually, when you said, it's funny, you're bringing up basically what I was going to. I thought about it and I didn't say it because I thought Monster worked better, but that's even better. When he said, let's not forget King is a beast, I was going to use that whole, yeah, King is a beast, but Garou is a king. Against King, get it, you know. But I thought it wouldn't mesh well. But I'm telling you guys anyway, so either way. Garou is a king. Garou is the king. Greek God said, Orochi's still GOAT. I mean, I find Orochi super disappointing. I understand what Murata tried to do by adding Orochi into the story. From what I understand, he is not in the webcomics, so I sort of get what has been transpiring here. But now I feel like it was a little bit of weak tea. Like, really weak. Like, they dipped the tea bag in hot water and then threw the tea bag away before it barely touched halfway. That level of weak tea. Yeah. I felt like Orochi's addition to the story was really cool, but he's been a loser this whole time. Like, really. The only good time with Orochi was against Garou. And that takes away from Orochi because it was a Garou moment. So, like, you know. Chubb said, the one person that keeps Garou from abandoning his humanity. Tario. That's his name. Tario. Tario, yes. I'm probably saying that name wrong, too. But Tario, yes. I kept thinking it began with an M. I don't know why. But Tario, yes, Tario. MC Dude says, Tario, good kid. Exactly, because he sees himself in that. He remembers being that weak kid that cried. He remembers this shit, you know? And he knows why Tario is the way he is. This is, yep. See, this is great storytelling. Can't believe this has actually been pulled off because, in all honesty, I don't exactly think One Punch Man is really on the big brains when it comes to storytelling or great plots. But this Garou story is 10 out of 10. It just cannot be denied. This is... See, guys, see how I can jump from wanting to abandon One Punch Man to all the way coming back in for the GOAT? This is what keeps this series alive for me. Phoenix Man says, kid's name is Tario. Solar Warrior said, following along, though I'm really tempted to just read ahead. I know, I take a while, guys, but I mean, it's a stream. I gotta entertain, but at the same time, I want to get my thoughts out each page. Stranger says, Garou's plan is great and all, but let's be realistic. In real life, there's someone like him, aka a certain German, yet those human issues were still there. Wait, Garou's plan is great and all, but let's be realistic. In real life, there was someone like that, aka a certain German, yet those human issues were still there. Yeah, but the difference is, actually there's quite a few differences. Garou is not going to segregate an entire group of humanity and slaughter them all and then do his plan. And second of all, that certain German did not succeed. You know, I'm not saying, you know, once again, we have to thank Winston Churchill and FDR for all of us not speaking German in North America. That's just a fact. But, yeah. See, we won't actually know because he was never actually successful. And once again, his way isn't exactly what Garou's doing. There is some differences. I see the comparison, and it's valid, but there are a couple of minor and major differences between a certain German and Garou's plan. Phoenix Man says, I want Garou to be part of the main cast right up to the end. I hope One and Murata have huge plans for him throughout the entire story. Yeah, like, if Garou's story ends, or, I mean, I don't think they're going to ever kill him off, but if Garou's story were to end, then I think I'd probably drop One Punch Man. You know, I really would. Because he is the reason to read One Punch Man. Yeah. Tenryo says, all of Garou is the best of Garou. Absolutely. Orochi, this from Dragon Age. Orochi had a sick character design, though, despite the other issues with the character. Absolutely. I was really intrigued by his design. It was sort of strange. It's not the coolest design in the world, but very interesting, very intricate, and it had a lot of cool features, a lot of cool points. So, absolutely. Solar Warrior says, they kept hyping up Orochi's power, but then he kept losing. To me, it's the same problem as the Demon King from Seven Deadly Sins, but to a lesser degree, I guess. Actually, the comparison to the Demon King from Seven Deadly Sins and Orochi is, Solar Warrior brings up an excellent point, ladies and gentlemen. That is an excellent comparison right there. Lesser degrees, you can argue which one is worse, but pretty much hyped up to be this thing that cannot be touched, and so far has been treated like fodder. So... Anyway, we're going to continue on. I still don't know how many pages this is. So, and I don't know what page number I'm on this certain site. I'm on this weird site this time. Oh, I'm on page 12, but I don't know how many pages there's going to be. So, let's see. So, scrolling down. Oh, we have Tario. I don't remember. I don't remember this scene, but it might have happened. Uncle... How do you know about this place? Crying and looking up to Garou. And Garou turns... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, man. That is... Page 13, guys. Ugh. That's because I'm a monster. Oh. Oh, okay. So was that in his head? If this whole thing was in his head? Or is that a scene that I'm forgetting about and now it's been warped by his own evil ambition or whatever? Man, great job on portraying that just that. So we have Garou shut his eyes really quick, like no, ugh, and now he's struggling again. He's gripping into stone like with like a claw hand, like no, he doesn't want that. Oh, but he transformed. Oh. Seeing like he literally started to become a monster. Like that's not human anymore. Like I know that like in the Darkshine fight he had some like crazy like, you know, I know Viv will hate me for saying this, but like some crazy Super Saiyan aura, you know, with the lightning and sort of idea and the stretched clothes and like the black, you know, just looking like he was just this thing, but it was still humanoid. This is humanoid, but those are like scales of like an armored dragon arm, and those are claws now. He has claws on that hand. Those are claws. That's not a human hand anymore. And even his face, it's like he lost his nose. He's growing teeth, pointed jaw, like his hair is starting to become part of his skull. What the hell? It looks amazing. It looks goddamn incredible. But I don't know. Like, so he's being monstrified even more. He tried to fight it seemed, for a moment. But then this happened and he said, that's right. Next page. Okay, we jumped away from... Whew. Man, oh man. What a chapter, guys. What a damn chapter. Chapter 136. Murata only made us wait like 2 damn years for a great chapter like this, but, you know, at least he did deliver. He did deliver. Let's see. So we're back to the Naked Men Alliance, and we see Darkshine still just trembling and crying. I'm a loser. I give up. Puri prisoner saying Darkchan, and Darkshine still at the bottom of the page. I didn't just lose. I realized it was just like he said. That what I was looking for was a victory that'd feel good. I'm not proud of anything. I just wanted to remain drunk on my own power. No sense of justice. No determination. I'm just pretending to be a hero. Bam! And we have Sweet Mask. Kicked Darkshine. Hard. Kicked him a good, looks like, 30 feet. And Sweet Mask came up and kicked him. Darkshine just gets up and says, can't blame you for being mad. And now Sweet Mask is going all veiny and black eye shit again, which we haven't seen in a while. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least a solid 5 kicks, all in the torso face area to Darkshine from Sweet Mask. Puri going, hey, pitying yourself, complaining and making excuses this late in the game, and you still call yourself a hero. Wait a minute. I'm just going to go back a page. No sense of justice. No determination. I'm just pretending to be a hero. Pitying yourself, complaining, making excuses this late in the game. Fair enough. And you still call yourself a hero. Sweet Mask. Buddy. see what these are? They're called ears. If you're only going to listen to half of what somebody's saying, you're going to look like a tool. You're going to look like an idiot. Which you do. Because he was literally saying, I'm not. He was saying the exact opposite. That's why he is. I'm saying you could kick him for the first part. Pitying yourself, complaining, making excuses this late in the game. And you still call yourself a hero. No, he wasn't. He was literally complaining, making excuses as to why he is definitely no hero. He is not a hero. He's just a pretender. He's a fraud. He's a fake. That's what he was trying to say, and you are saying the opposite. Man, oh man. Sweet Mask. These are not attached to your head for just looks, and so because I think humans without ears would sort of look weird, but they actually serve a function. Try using it sometime. He says, cowardly soldiers are not eligible to take part in this operation. Go home. Darkshine is just beaten into the rubble. Gets back into the fetal position. I'm so sorry. So we got Atomic thinking. Says the one who was begging to Tornado on the radio. Oh, man. Why didn't he say that out loud? I forgot about that. Why didn't Atomic say that shit out loud? That would have been... I mean, that's funny. I love that the characters are acknowledging that. Like, says the little bitch that couldn't fucking fight his own battle. But... oh, man. Oh. That just puts a smile to my face. That was good. Zombie Man just being stoic as always. Super Alloy Darkshine. You. And we see Zombie Man's looking carefully at Sweet Mask. And those veins, like, is nobody going to question the veins? Like, look at those. Yeah. Ah. Page 20. I thought Garou was looking scary. This dude's just looking like he came out of a horror film. Ugh. Doesn't your weak mind make you feel angry? Doesn't your weak mind make you feel angry? I imagine it makes him depressed. Excuse me. And we see Zombie Man and Fury shocked by this statement. I'm not really sure where he's going with this. Is Sweet Mask sort of projecting a little bit that he wants to maybe be more heroic, but he's actually a piece of shit from what we've learned and understand, that he's sort of an asshole and he is a narcissist and he is a little more evil than he ever let anybody know? Doesn't your weak mind make you feel angry? So maybe he's projecting a little bit about this. Maybe. All right. And Atomic, like your one to talk, and Zombie Man stops him. But no. Why didn't you say about the tornado thing? You spoke up about that line, but you didn't speak out the tornado line. That he would have lost his shit. It would have been hilarious, Atomic. Wrong line to say out loud, my friend. Wrong damn line. That's all I gotta say there. Fury then says, see? That barrage of hits from Sweetie didn't damage you at all. Even if you say you lost Darkshine, your strength hasn't disappeared. Your muscle armor is still there. Garou tore through me in an instant like an old rag. Garou, the Monsters Association's boss, and its Kadars, the executives, are still alive. We absolutely need your power to win, Darkshine. Alright, so he's going to try to morale boost him up. If this damn works, I'm not saying it shouldn't, but it feels pretty easy because Garou mentally broke Darkshine. That's the point. He broke him. he's going to need an arc and a half of dealing with these issues and therapy and get some character development on the side for him to just get out of this. Getting a pep talk from some other heroes, it shouldn't pull him out of a dude whose literal whole power was his mental fortitude about believing in his own strength, and then it was proven with no room for error or changes in fact that he lost, and he lost horribly. So I'm gonna be ticked if Darkshine gets out of this like by the end of this chapter. Still 10 out of 10 chapter because it was Garou. They could literally have Saitama and Tatsumaki show up and do something really stupid along with with the tickle bug in tow, and I would still say nope, none of that matters because we had epic Garou moments. So that just made the chapter. The rest of the chapter doesn't have to be great. But yeah, I'm gonna be ticked if that's the case. Let's see. Let's check the chat. Dragon's Rage said, I would still stick One Punch Man. I would still stick with One Punch Man if Garou's story ends here, since I still stick with 7 Deadly Sins after Escanor. Damn, I miss him. Well, to be fair, 7 Deadly Sins didn't go... It went 12 chapters after Escanor. So I sort of finished it to the end. I didn't like any of what happened after that, as you guys very well know. Go check those reviews. They're still up there on my channel. But it was only 12 chapters more. So, we had to sort of see the aftermath. I am probably going to review when they do the next series or whatever that's supposed to come out. But as I did that weird Bond chapter. But I can understand why you would do that. The difference is that I liked other things at a time. I liked other things outside of Escanor in 7 Deadly Sins. I loved the first arc, which had no Escanor. I didn't even know who he was. But that is different for me personally. So I can understand your reasoning, though, because you like a lot of things inside of One Punch Man, so you would continue to follow it. That's absolutely fine. Chubb says, yeah, it was from when Garou saved Tario from Royal Ripper before he fought Orochi. Yeah, but they looked to be like they were in the Monster Association, but I thought before he fought Orochi. Oh, right, he was going to fight Orochi. That's right. Yeah. I did forget that moment. Thanks for saying that. Chubb said, it's happening! I assume that's in reference to Garou going beast mode, or King Beast mode. I don't know if I actually expected him to become a legitimate, Godzilla-looking monster like this. I don't think I ever thought that was going to be the case. I think it's really cool. Didn't expect it, and it's going to be super interesting. Garou's finally starting to cross that line from ambiguity into becoming a monster. Absolutely. MC Dude said, sweet slander, let's go. Yeah, you gotta slander that guy. Actually, I like him more than some. I don't hate on him like other people. Tornado's worse. Ticklebug's worse. Yeah. Even the S-Class hates him. He deserves it, says Phoenix Man. Yeah, that's true. Dranger said, let Sweet Mass finish the conversation, Griever. Never. Why should I let that dick finish the conversation? He literally said a wrong statement. I'm gonna I've been pretty good with the whole Garou prediction up till now. I'm gonna assume he didn't say anything great, and in the end, his conversation wasn't that great in the end. He still said a wrong statement. Solar Warrior said, my translation of the chapter is slightly different. Oh, okay. I'm reading the one that Vid sent me. Excuse me. MC Dude said the other translation has a better line for Sweet Mass there. All right, sure. Dragon said the veins show how angry he is, Griever. I know that, but it looks like it's a stupid amount of veins. You know what I mean? Like he's going sort of like Garou, the black eyes, the veins going nuts. It's like, is he half monster? Like, is he monsterfying and everybody just stands by and watches that like it's not a warning sign? You know? Let's see. The other translation is better line. The vein show how angry he is. Dragon Rage says, message retracted. YouTube. Whoa. Messages deleted by MC Dude. A bunch of messages was timed out for 300 seconds. What was Chubb saying? What was Chubb saying that I missed? I read the lines up there. I didn't see anything. MC Dude said, "Oh my God, holy shit! I put my phone under my arm and deleted messages and timed Chubb out. I'm so sorry." Oh, okay. Well, I can hit view deleted messages, so that's fine. I guess Chubb's gonna be timed out for a few minutes. That sucks. I don't know if you can resend that or not. I don't know how to do that. There's no button here for me. I don't know. But what Chubb did try to say was Amai really does handle his own insecurities by projecting them on others a lot. That's true. That seems to be the case here. I don't mind that section of it. I like to nitpick at those stupid lines. Chubb said Amai over Tatsu and Psychos any day. Yeah. I prefer a My Mask over both of them too. Got timed out. That's friggin' hilarious. So MC Dude says, very sorry, Chubb. It was just a mistake on his part. I was wondering that. It was so weird. Dragon Trade says, what Sweet Mass meant by you still call yourself a hero is that Darkshine is still on the mission, so while he's on the mission, he's a hero. I know that. I do gather that fact, but you can't tell me it's not funny that he literally was saying, I'm not a hero, and he said, and you still call yourself a hero. It's like, no, literally before you kicked me in the face, I was saying I'm not a hero. So, the rest of it, like, take out that line. Take out that line, and his speech is fine, but that just, it seems weird. That's all. So, anyway. I'm hoping, as I said, the Darkshine doesn't come out of this easily, as I've already explained. I definitely need to use a bathroom break and grab my last beer of the night, because it is Monday night and all that. Can't be having more than 2 or 3, on a work night, right? Especially when it's this late. So... we will jump over. I don't know how many pages this is, guys. I'm sorry if this is going really slow, because if this is like 60 pages or something ridiculous, then this is going to take a long ass time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back. Just making sure everything's still working out just fine. The stream still seems to be doing in good health. 12 people in here, 11 likes. This is fantastic. Guys, definitely stick around. I will be back in a couple of short seconds. Just give me a sec. Got to drain the old lizard. Haven't heard anybody use that one in a while. I like that one. Drain the lizard. Makes no sense, but whatever. Be right back. All right. We are back. How's everybody been doing? All right. I don't know why I'm talking this way. I'm not even trying to do a Matthew McConaughey, hey. I can probably do a better Matthew McConaughey, hey. I'm not going to try it right now, but yeah. All right. So, let's see. What was the chat saying? Dranger said, so when you finish the chapter, are you going to read One Punch Man chapter 136.55555555? Fuck off. This is all I can say to that one. I'm sick of these redraws. I'm sick of this 0.5 crap. I'm sick of this whole, it's not official yet, it's totally fine. I didn't see Oda, Akira Toriyama, Hiro Mashima, and Kubo, any of these dudes draw like 50 pages, release them online for years, and then all of a sudden it's a totally different ball game in the manga. Sorry. Everything in the volumes, I have the entire Bleach collection, I have almost all of Food Wars, I have all of Dragon Ball Z, I have most of One Piece, and good luck trying to find entire chapters completely different from those volumes. Good luck with that. That's all I can say to that. No more of this 0.5 crap, no more of these redraws. I'm never reacting to them. I might make a video about bitching about them one day, but no. Solar Warrior said, just realized I got the link for this chapter not from Griever, but from the something Discord. Oh, alright. Got a high school Discord maybe? MC Dude says, for fuck's sakes, I chose to listen in on my phone just this one time. It's alright, man. I checked the phone while I was grabbing a beer, and Chubb said in my Discord, it's all good. So he won't be banned for very much longer. It was only 300 seconds. So that's like what? 60. So he's like banned for 5 minutes. Dranger said, so do you ever listen to music when you're reading manga to yourself? Sometimes. Not generally, actually. I like to create my own ideas. It's the same when I read the books. Like, it took a long time for my dad to actually watch Lord of the Rings, because he had music and imagery and what the characters were supposed to look like in his mind from reading them as a child. So it took a long time for him to finally watch and appreciate Lord of the Rings, the movie trilogies, outside of his own, creative stuff. So I try not to do that, because if I ever watch the anime, I like to be pleasantly surprised by the soundtrack. That's all. Let's see. Solar Warrior says, put the link in your general chat in Discord. It's there, though. It's the latest link. And I don't like opening Discord when I'm on stream usually, because I keep getting that ding all the time. It happened last stream. It was annoying. With no notifications actually happening. It was annoying. Let's see. Phoenix Smith said, you could wait until the redraws are finished, then read them all off stream to catch up. That's if you bother to read them at all. I wouldn't really blame you if you don't. Well... yeah, see, the thing about that is, we got to get back to the chapter, guys. Otherwise the stream will be 3 hours. I'm sure some of you wouldn't mind, but I do have other things to do before the end of the night. The thing is that I don't, from an amateur writer, I think redraws are unethical, almost. To a point. That's a bit strong, but they certainly lack integrity. And they certainly are almost a little bit disrespectful. In my mind, even if it's your own creation, it'd be like J.K. Rowling a week after the Harry Potter book drops, the latest one, and she decides to release a better version because she totally rewritten an entire subplot in the book because she thought it was better. Regardless if it's better or not, releasing anything, whether it's I don't give this crap. This is the age of the internet, so I don't give a crap. I don't give an absolute shit about what's printed in paperback or what's not. At the end of the day, if the pages are drawn, if the chapter is written and it's out 4 months, as far as I'm concerned, who drew that? The guy. Why is it online? Because they uploaded it somewhere. So as far as I'm concerned, that's, so anyways, once again, we're not really getting into this, but I don't feel the need to read redraws. I'll probably never reread One Punch Man because it just irritate me. Because which version are you going to read? We got like 3 alternate universes going on right now. So I can't be bothered with that. I just can't do it. Yeah, I'll probably never reread One Punch Man, so it's fine. So the Warrior said general chat. Oh, you mean in here? Oh, I don't really post links in here. MC Dude said, oh my god, it timed him out for 5 minutes. Yeah, it did. Sorry about that. I'm going to give up this avenue of listening in. Alright, that's fine, MC Dude. Thanks for dropping in. It's great. MC Dude, with great power comes great responsibilities. It's Dragon's Rage. Love the Uncle Ben quote. It's awesome. Solar Warrior said, I put it there, I meant. You mean put it in here? Yeah, I don't really do that. I don't do links and that stuff. Some people actually get in trouble for posting like unofficial links in their streams. That's why I never give out unofficial sites in my comment section when people say, hey, where did you read this series? I'm like, I'm not getting a copyright strike for this because I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen. So I just don't do that. I don't post links. Vib said you could turn on streamer mode, Griever, and what is that, Vib? How does it help me, and where, how? Dragon's Rage says, I would like Kubo and Oda redraw the early chapters with their current art styles. Absolutely, but redrawing and redoing would be 2 different things. It would be totally fine if Kubo went back and redrew chapter 1, panel for panel. That's a redraw. You can redraw that, that's fine, and you just call it like the 2.0 edition, the deluxe, the ultimate, the master edition, right? That's all you do. But you haven't changed the story. You haven't changed the line of dialogue. You haven't even changed a single facial expression on the characters. That's a redraw. What Murata does is something that I don't personally agree with. So let's see. Solar says, yeah, but that's not changing the story. Exactly. If Murata only did that, and I think there was one chapter he did earlier on before the Phoenix child fight, he did do that, and he just redrew some panels, and he made Child Emperor look a lot better. I think it was, what fight was it? Anyways, he did redraw some panels. Just a slightly different angle, but the same attacks, same battle, same fight, just crisper, better looking art. That I never had a problem with. I never had an issue with that if he wants to do that before an official volume release. That's different. That's different. That's a whole different ballgame. Phoenix Man said, this is the part what I meant when I said Murata should have been clearer. Yes, absolutely. There has to be a good reason for such drastic changes that they're not talking about. Exactly. Something came up. He needs to change it for some reason. Solar Warrior said he's pissed is because redraws are changing the stories, meaning you wasted your time reading the chapters before the redraws. Exactly. If I react to this chapter and they take away, let's say Murata redraws this next year, because that's basically what he did with the Phoenix thing. It was almost a year. He redraws this, and Garou isn't monster transforming anymore. Are you okay with that? Even if it happens later on, we already read it. We already know what's happening. So now we're pissed because it hasn't happened yet. We didn't get to see it. Why didn't we get to see it? You have to ask yourself a million questions about what is the mangaka thinking. And we shouldn't have to ask ourselves that. We are immersed in their story. What the mangaka is trying to do, it's actually taking away from that fictional world when changes keep happening every third month. When you keep changing up the story and blatantly, like, not even retconning things, it takes you out of that world. You ever get so immersed in a story, in a movie, in a book, you've forgotten what the real world is like? You're not paying attention to the real world. You don't know who directed this film. You don't know what their thoughts on same-sex marriage and politics is. You have no idea. You don't know what their religious beliefs are, because none of that is relevant. None of that matters if he thought this scene was good, that improv was great. You don't know that yet, because you're so immersed in this world, you only care, you treat the world like it's real. That's a sign of greatness. Lord of the Rings is a perfect example of this. And I'm not saying you can't retcon, even though you try your best not to. I'm saying that this is just way too blatant and takes you out of it. Then it's just a manga. It's just a comic. It's just a story. And it holds no water. It holds no weight. And all these big moments mean very little as a result because they might be changed tomorrow. And that's the problem. Chubb says, can I type again? Yep. Yeah, I'm not banned anymore. Giant Rage says, I'm not defending the redraws, just saying I would like for Oda and Kubo to do that. Exactly. But you are talking about redraws. I'm talking about what Solar Warrior is saying, the same thing, same with Phoenix Man, is we're talking about what Murata is doing is not a redraw anymore. It's a redo. It's a redone. It's a revamp. It's not a redraw. A redraw is when it'd be like me sketching over the first page of Bleach and then I make some tweaks to the panels to make them look more like Kubo's current art style. That would be a redrawn page 1 of Bleach. That's not redoing it. Redoing it would be not showing the moon and Rukia's face and it's coming, and the shot of Karakura Town at night. If that's not your first page, that's a redone first page. And they shouldn't be allowed to do that. That's all I'm saying. I put a link in the Discord, said Solo. Once again, I don't pull up the Discord. Sorry, Solo. I know we're getting sort of caught up here. I don't go to my Discord either while doing this because of the bing, 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 bing. I think Vib was trying to tell me there's a streamer mode for that, so that doesn't happen. But I don't know how to turn it on. Don't have enough time to figure it out today. Solo words not asked. I put a link to the chapter in the Discord general chat. Okay. Dragon's Rage said, if One Punch Man ends and Murata chooses to do a remake of the series, the redraws would be justified. One Punch Man and chooses to do a remake of the series. It would still not justify what he's doing right now. It wouldn't. Not at all. If you remake a series and you start from chapter 1, like they're going to redo the entire Shaman King manga from scratch and they're going to do it. Any tweaks they make now is not a redo of their manga. It's not a redo of the original anime because they started fresh. This is, again, they're going to tweak and probably fix things, make some things, maybe tweak a few things for 2020 standards. Maybe they're going to make a storyline plot make more sense. They're going to add a few lines of dialogue. They'll change some scenes around, whatever. But at the end of the day, they've added a new medium. Haven't you noticed that other than OVAs, nowadays they try to change this, but every anime, the Inuyasha manga and anime are totally night and day. Different. Naruto, how about all the filler? Bleach, Shaman King is a great example of this. Shaman King was totally different. There wasn't even a Pokemon manga. There's Pokemon Adventures and the Electric Tail of Pikachu, but the Pokemon anime is a totally different thing from the games, from everything else, because it's a new media format. If they remake the One Punch Man as a comic book or a new manga series, and they want to retell it from scratch and change 100 things, then that's a separate series. That's fine. But you don't just jump halfway into an anime and go, yeah, so that episode 39 you saw? Yeah, I know we're on episode 60, but here's the real episode 39. See what I'm saying? You don't do that. So I unless you're trying to say that if they remake the series and all the redraws are in that from the beginning and it's all good, then that would be okay. That would be okay for that series, but it doesn't excuse what he's done now, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, we really got to get back to this. I don't know how many pages are left. Okay, page 22. Darkshine, still looking depressed, which is good. He's still sweating bullets. I'm fighting to protect my boyfriends who are waiting in prison. Oh, Fury. I was about to say, wait, what? He's fighting to protect his boyfriends who are waiting in the prison. Alrighty, you, Darkshine, must have somebody to protect too. No one in particular. There is, and that's you. Darkshine, it's yourself. Okay, you guys are talking about sweet masks? Sweet masks? Like dialogue, like his speech? Puris is beating this out of the water. I love this. This is really good. Because he's saying, like, when he starts it off, he's like, see, like, I got just washed away, but you stood up to him, and we need your strength. He goes, I'm fighting to protect people, certain people. And he said, no one in particular. He's like, no, you are protecting someone. You're protecting yourself. This speech is good. Darkshine, it's yourself. Nobody hates himself. I mean, okay, but once again, sort of a flaw, sort of like the Sweet Mask thing. Nobody hates himself. Sort of taking away a couple of different mental patients and illnesses and people in asylums and suicidal people and a couple of drug seekers and a couple of... Okay, we're taking away a lot of people here, Puri. Once again, the speech was fire, and then... Alright, we'll ignore that. You, Darkshine, have been nurturing and protecting your precious self. I don't think I could ever do such an admirable thing. Still, do you like being like that? If you back down now, you'll lose your precious self for the rest of your life. Isn't that right? Look at that body of yours. That trembling. And he's looking at it. Isn't the trembling caused by your muscles crying? Did you train to sit down like that? This is a pretty good speech. And Sweet Mask is a little calmer now, saying those muscles are proof that you've overcome yourself. Never allow yourself to be weak. I don't mind the speech. I got a few problems with it, as I've pointed out. They're more nitpicks than problems, just the wording, I guess. But, yeah, all right. I just hope this shouldn't be able to bring him out of that mental break. It really shouldn't. He's got to have a little more than just a pep talk and being kicked in the face. And Sweet Mask says, I'm just like you. Oh, so he's acknowledging it rather than just projecting. All right. And we see Psycho Orochi and the crazy battle going on overhead. There's Drive Knight. Craziness. Oh, I think Drive Knight just took one for the team. I think he's down for the count. What the hell? Just off screen, just like, oh, we're in the middle of a speech with Darkshine. By the way, there goes Drive Knight. Is that seriously what just happened? Like, you just got pitch slapped, not off screen, but pretty much. Man, like that, Murata does not like Drive Knight, clearly. No matter how frustrated I get, no matter how many times I disappoint myself. Oh, okay, Drive Knight survived. All right, I was about to say, like, I was just like, I am having an epic speech. Aragorn in front of the Black Gate. We will for Frodo. It's just like, I was still talking here. What the hell? Okay, so Drive Knight in that badass, Batmobile looking thing. I stand up and move forward. He's driving down the tower, jumps off. That's called being a hero. I mean, as far as hero speeches go, it's not bad. I give it like a 6 out of 10. It was more about Darkshine, and I think Darkshine's a bit of a bitch. Because they're just trying to confidence boost him right now. And the projecting of a My Mask is sort of cookie cutter. But at the same time, he says, I'm just like you, no matter how frustrated I get, no matter how many times I disappoint myself, I stand up and move forward. I like his honesty here, so this is good for a My Mask character, saying that's being called a hero. I mean, as far as a hero speech, once again, a 6 out of 10. I've heard way better throughout all the fictions I've read, but it's certainly not bad. It's not exactly groundbreaking and moving, but it's good. Let's see, and My Mask finishes off with, well then, Super Alloy Darkshine, what is your pride telling you? And he's trying, he's struggling. Ugh. No. Don't let this... Don't. I know it's gonna happen. even though the speech is affecting him, and he's trying his hardest, and there is merit in that, and there's something to be said for that. That's very brave of Darkshine to try. That he's struggling to get up, struggling to find the confidence, but bringing back someone with, one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time, Top Gun. Maverick didn't just like the most cocky son of a bitch ever to fly in the air. Tom Cruise's character Maverick did not, and spoiler ahead for this movie, if you haven't seen a 1984 movie, did not just get his confidence back after getting back in the plane one time. It was weeks. He quit fighter school. He quit trying. And he didn't even know what to do with his life anymore. That was weeks. I'm not saying that the story doesn't have a happy ending. Go check out one of the best movies ever made. I just love that movie. It's my favorite movie. Grew up with it as a kid. But either way, I'd be all right if he managed to stand up, right? And just go, and somebody just acknowledge, like, all right, step one, baby steps. You don't need to do it right now. Just walk yourself away from this operation. Do it on your own 2 feet. Don't let us carry you. You have to do this. That would be understandable and great. Maybe I'm getting too realistic here, guys, but anyway, this all boils down to the fact that the big problem is that he's going to stand up for a gag. He's going to get his confidence back. All this is actually good. Even though I don't like Darkshine, this, with the other characters, with the other S-Class, seeing his mental turmoil, his confidence lost, and all this stuff, and how it's affected him mentally and emotionally, this is some good potential. And then they're going to make it a gag. I don't want anybody ever telling me again that this is not a parody manga. That this is not a gag manga. I won't listen anymore. I just goddamn won't. Because I guarantee, if he doesn't stand up, I take back everything I said. If he doesn't stand up, I take back everything I said. Puri prisoner, if you don't get up, I'm deep kissing you. So they took all that speech, even though I said it was 6 out of 10. You know what? That was a little harsh. 7. 7 out of 10, pretty good speech for him to at least stand on his own 2 legs. Baby steps, that would have been fine. To try to give some confidence back to Darkshine. They were amping him up. These are the S-Class telling him, you are Darkshine. You are a hero. You can stand up on your own 2 feet. You have the muscles. You have the power. You're not a fraud. You're not a fake. This is all great. And then they're going to take this moment and... All right, I hope to be wrong. And he stands up. And they're trying to make it seem like it wasn't because of the deep kissing thing. No way I'm going down like that. That's in reference to the deep kissing thing. And my math says that's more like it. But that completely goes against the entirety of Pride, the entirety of speech, the entirety of the whole, his mental state and his confidence. Puri just threatened him with a fate that scared him even more than Garou. That scares most people more than Garou. But nobody's seen Garou in his super form yet, so his monster form, so we'll see. And they're all sort of happy to see this. We get Atomic. Okay, then, so we're going to cooperate to finally take down that thing. So Atomic's like, yeah, we're going to take down Psychorochi. He's like, yeah, all right, we're good to go. Child is like, what? Cooperate? Is he really the self-centered Atomic Samurai? He's going to let us watch over his ass? Puri, of course. Did he eat something weird? The zombie pig god said, eating food that has been dropped is not good. Should I cut you all down? So Atomic is recognizing his own limitations. Atomic's not a bad character, guys. He really isn't. I know people make fun because of the whole Flashy versus Atomic and the whole Black Sperm versus Atomic shit. But, yeah. So, very, very interesting. I better jump over to the chat to see about my my little outburst, my outrage on the Darkshine stuff. Oh, thankfully it's not very long, it seems. Perfect. Dragon's Rage says, just to be clear, I meant if he wants to change stuff in the remake, it would be fine. Still not really catching what you're meaning, unless you're saying like the changes he makes now, if they remake that into an anime and no changes happen during that anime, but it's the redos, it's the redraws, is that okay? Yes, that product is fine. It still doesn't excuse this, is all I was trying to say. If I'm understanding you right, Dragon's Rage. I might be missing that whole point, guys. That might be going over my head. So that's probably not Dragon Rage's fault, that's mine. He also said, I heard a bit of the Shaman King theme song, sounds catchy. Either the Japanese or the English. It's awesome. And it has a great soundtrack. Yohain is in here. I don't believe you've been in a stream before. I could be mistaken. Says, finally adapting the webcomic. Yeah, they've been doing that for a few years now. MC Dude says, yeah, that cut is a visual metaphor. Drive takes the hit and keeps moving, mirroring Amame's statement. Yeah, I did like that. That was pretty good. Yohan said, One Punch Man is a gag. It always has been. Absolutely. It's just that people are taking it more seriously now because Murata's take on the series has been a more serious art style and more adding different elements to make it seem more seinen storytelling based rather than just a parody of shonen battle mangas. That from what I understand, the webcomic originally was. Vib said, clearly it was just because of the deep kiss. Yeah. So Vib confirms. MC Dude confirms. Yeah, Darkshine is saying he ain't getting taken out by a deep kiss. The strongest motivator. That's not a motivator, guys. Is fear a motivator? Yeah, but it goes against literally the last 7 pages. It's just basically, I'm going to threaten you. No wonder Garou wants to kill all the heroes. So my Uncle Ben level speeches don't work on you? I'll threaten you. Get your ass off the ground or I'll, rape you. Really? Really? No wonder he wants to butcher all these assholes. I get it. Fucking get it. One says, of course, clearly it's just because of the deep kiss. Yeah, it was, because he couldn't get up that whole time. He struggled. Then he said, I'll deep kiss you if you don't get up. Boom! It's a gag, it's a joke, I get it, but it's sort of taking away the feels of this moment. Dragon Rage says, in my hero, Todoroki was able to put his family issues aside, but he never got over it. It still affected him, so why can't the same thing apply to Darkshine? It can, but that's why I said I'd be fine if he stood up and said, I'll try my best to help, but I might have to leave or something. That would have been a more powerful moment. Had he stood up on his own power, given this speech, which is fair, as I said, I was sort of retracting a bit. I was like, no, he could still get up. I'm just saying that it's... And I didn't really agree with Todoroki doing that so much either. So, I just find it a little unrealistic. You mentally shatter a person, and then with one speech, it all goes away. That's not realistic. It doesn't work that way. Even once again, hour and 40-minute movies like Top Gun spend the last 40 minutes saying that can't happen. You got a manga that's longer than that, for fuck's sakes. To tell a story. So, One says, because this is a comedy manga more than anything. Exactly. It really is at the end of the day. So I am being a little harsh, but I get a lot of flack when I say this is a parody manga, it's a gag manga, it's a comedy manga. Before it's battle, shonen, or seinen, right? That is what it is. Before it's action adventure, before it's battle, before it's cool, it is a gag manga. It's always been a comedy. And it always will be. So people tend to forget that because we get so many serious fights for so long, right? And when something like the tickle bug or the deep kiss comes in to lighten up the mood, it feels like a stolen moment. It feels like cheap because there's not enough comedic moments anymore. But that's just me. Olag is in here. Olag, it's interesting that he came back because of his anger, just as Mass suggested. Deal with your weakness with anger. I mean, fair point. MC Dude said it would motivate me. I'm not saying it wouldn't motivate a person, but they're sort of, by doing this, they're making light of the mental break that Garou put upon Darkshine by making this a gag, you know. I'm not saying it wouldn't motivate people, but motivating through the possibility of sexual assault is not exactly heroic in nature. It's a comedy moment. I get it, but yeah. Dragon Trade says, One Punch Man is more of a mix of comedy and seriousness than it was in the start. Right now, see, the problem is right now, I would argue it's like 80% serious. And then we get that 20%. And the problem with that is that now, because it's not half and half, because it's not a good balance anymore with the comedy shows up twice a year, considering we only get like 4 chapters. But it shows up like twice, 3 times a year, and the rest of the year it's all seriousness. Those comedy moments feel out of place as a result, and it's just an improper balance of comedic moments plus the seriousness. Because then moments like this, which should be funny, we should laugh and go ah ha ha ha, I'm more disappointed because it just took away from everything we just read, in my opinion. One says, we being sarcastic at the deep kiss motivating Darkshine. It, of course, was the only reason to motivate Darkshine. What are you talking about? It's literally why he got up. It's not, you know. Dragonator said, also, I agree the fact that Puri said that did take away a bit from the Darkshine moment. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you want to argue that, no, it was a combination of both, and the speech did work. I'm not saying the speech wasn't working, but it cheapened the moment. That's the best way I can say it. It cheapened the moment by him not standing up because of the speech and because of his own strength, but because of the threat of sexual assault. Just saying. MC said, Puri is always running a one-man clown carnival. Very true. I actually don't mind his character that much. It's just that, once again, the comedic moments are too far in between for this entire arc that they feel so out of place now in this manga. One says, which is why he's best girl. MC Dude, yeah. And one says, it can't be denied. I mean, I don't care what that dude identifies as anymore. Dragon Rage says, why do I feel the need to watch Naruto after the Darkseid speech all of a sudden? Yeah, no shit. One said, maybe because all the speeches that are in Naruto. Yeah, pretty much. Taka no Jutsu. Vib said, I don't know why you want Puri to be fully heroic. You do know he's a serial rapist with 10,000 year prison sentence. Oh, that's not me. I don't want him to be fully heroic. I just didn't want Darkshine's moment cheapened because of it. That's all. At Dragon Trades, I don't know about Darkshine, but Garou's plan is that the same as Pain's? Very, very close to it, yes. Very similar in nature. Much more so than the whole comparison to the German. It's very close to Pain's. Yeah. There's probably a detail or two a little bit different, but yeah. One says, I like to compare it more to Light Yagami's plan. Pretty much. He ruled the entire world through fear successfully. Unlike Pain and unlike the German, Light succeeded for a number of years in the manga, and it was proven to work. So that's sort of where Garou's going. I'd like to compare it to that one, but you want to compare it to Pain, that's fine. I actually really like Pain as a character in Naruto. I like a lot of Naruto characters for not liking the series, to be honest. One said basically, Dragon said Pain went about it in a more extreme way. Yeah, I don't really remember that well. I read the manga once, guys, and then that was it for me. I don't really care for Naruto. But, yeah. Anyways, yeah, so we will, there's some more. One says, of course, he basically had nukes. Yeah, that's true, too. Vib said, also, I don't know about the Germans' plan. His plan wasn't exactly world peace, just peace for a certain race by removing everyone else. Exactly. I brought that up when we talked about that, saying Garou's plan was the same as his. I was like, no, there are some minor and then some major differences. Garou doesn't want to segregate certain groups of humanity, remove them or rise them up. He wants true gender equality. He wants true humanity equality by them all being united through fear. That's not what Hitler planned. Hitler had a completely different idea. Not ruling the world with an iron fist, yes, but that's about as far as the comparison goes. Yeah. One said, Light had 5 years after the death of L. Exactly. Those 5 years, remember that transition period? Crime went to an all-time low. Most countries gave in, and he was basically ruling everywhere. It worked, and that it worked. Solar Warrior said Pain wanted to do what Garou wanted, but with the 10 tails. Yeah, exactly. A little more extreme, but basically, yeah. One said yes. All right, so let's move on. All right, so we have Yan Yan saying, Master, what a change of heart. Tisk, says Atomic. That's just for today. I'll only team up with people I've acknowledged as strong. But how exactly should we do this cooperative attacks? This child, Atomic points, and we see, boom, cell phone tower crashing into the place. Is that Tank Top, Master? Is that Tank Top? Oh, I came to help you out. Is Tornado up there? Mr. Tank Top, Master. And they're all super shocked. How is the situation here? Look at that Chad. Look at that manly man. I actually really like Tank Top Master. He's simplistic, but I like him. Thanks to you, it's going to be all right. Thank you for coming, says Atomic. So they're all really happy to see him. Tank Top's like, huh? Sweet Mask? All right, they're still talking. Zombie says to Sweet Mask, at first I thought you were a bad mouther, but I've changed my opinion of you just a little. What's this all of a sudden? You really are creepy after all. Ha 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 ha. And Child is probably so happy that the heroes are finally starting to work together, because remember, he was put in charge. He had his doubts. There was all that stuff. Actually, I had to change my opinion about Child. It took a long time, and it took like Greek and Chubb and a lot of Chubb. Chubb had to really talk me down from hating Child Emperor and into hating the Ticklebug. He really did. And I won't say Child Emperor will ever be in my top 10 characters in One Punch Man, but I don't dislike him anymore. And I understand him a little bit more, so it's all good. Let's see. He's looking at all this group of heroes, which we have a lot here. Look at that group of heroes. Like, this is going to be a big collaboration. There's no way these guys would cooperate with each other. But when they hit a wall, they'll grow up and find another way. They are S-class heroes after all. I mean, yeah, that's nice. That's a nice sentiment. I'm not expecting anything from an idiot who had all of his equipment pulverized by an enemy. But at least don't get in our way, Zombie Man. It's a Sweet Mask. Sure, embarrassing Mask. I grabs him. What the hell? Stop! You guys are supposed to work together. Okay, see, that was a little fun. That's pretty fun. I like that. And he's pulling at Zombie Man's hair. I love how nobody has acknowledged how naked everybody is. And okay, so that's the end of the chapter. All right, so that was a pretty fire chapter. That was still a 10 out of 10 chapter, no doubt. I really liked it. The Garou stuff. I mean, you just can't get away from when a main character shows up, reminds everybody that this manga is all about him, and then everything else in the chapter is pennies on $100 bill. You found a $100 bill on the sidewalk, and there was 100 pennies around it. You know, yeah, there's 100 pennies, but there's also a $100 bill. Garou's that $100 bill. Yeah, the pennies are cool, but it doesn't matter if they're pennies or not. You found a $100 bill. That sidewalk stone is 10 out of 10. This is a 10 out of 10 day, no matter how many pennies there are. So, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So one said, make everyone feel the same pain so that no one would go to war, since they all know the pain of losing loved ones. A similar idea, yeah, like make everyone so terrified that they don't want to start wars. Similar concept. MC Dude said, wide back, or we back, I don't know. Vib said, Tank Top Master is actually one of his faves. I did not know that. Tank Top Master is one of your faves. He's pretty simple, and he's not had a whole lot of screen time, but I like him. And the amount of meat on his arms, he could lift up the earth. So what is he, Atlas? See, Atlas just lifting up that earth. Heracles, any chance you want to help a brother out? Excuse me, guys. Oh, that was a good one. Dragon Trade says, One Piece blends comedy and seriousness almost perfectly. One Punch Man needs to find that right mix as well. I feel like One Punch Man did have that mix down for a while, but this entire arc has been like 80 to 85% serious. The problem with that is that then it's no longer a balance. The comedy in One Piece definitely keeps that balance. And some people don't like that. Like in the Wano arc, people are upset a lot of the time by the comedic and how they're not like, we want a serious fight. Like, where is Zoro versus Calamity? Full fight. Where is Luffy versus Kaido? Full fight. Where is this? Where is that? You know, it's like, you have to remember this is also One Piece. This is not, the fake Karakura Town battle. You know, this isn't the Quincy War from Bleach. You know, this isn't Toriko. With the gourmet battles at the end. Like, this is, there is a lot of comedy when you build up to these fights. Every arc has a good balance of comedy, but some people who read One Piece, I think, are expecting it to be more than it is. One Piece has never been a straight-up battle shonen. It has been shonen, and it has battles, but it's about adventure, it's about the message, it's about companionship, it's about comedy, it's about fun, it's about freedom. There's a lot more to One Piece than just beat 'em up, you know. I think some people expect it to be just that. Like, instead of being a wide, open world RPG adventure game where anything can happen, they're expecting some days One Piece to be a Mortal Kombat Street Fighter. You know? And then they say, no, this arc sucks, this pacing is terrible, these chapters are crap. It's like, no, they're not. It's just called writing a story. Dragon said, great chapter. I don't need to praise the art anymore. I mean, yeah, it was pretty good. Vib said, yeah, it was an Atlas joke, / Heracles. Yeah. I got you. Dragon's Rage said, King is my favorite S-Class. My favorite S-Class. King's a good one. Metal Bat. I love me some Metal Bat. Metal Bat's pretty cool. I'll go with Metal Bat for now, just to be different. Vib said, the problem with this arc is Psychos, according to a lot of people. That and Tatsumaki, yep. The spending months and months and months to redo chapter. No, we're not going down that road again. Yeah, I would say that that's been a big problem. The introduction of Orochi was supposed to add to the story, but by the sounds of all the webcomic readers, all it's done is prolong a lot of stuff and made shit drag on and become worse, and et cetera, et cetera. And there's some problems with this arc. Let's see. Wish I could upload images here. Would be a double-edged sword, but should work with chat this size. Says Vib. Yeah, I don't really know if you can. I don't think you can do that. MC Dude says, those sketchy Garou panels are fantastic. Seems like Murata's intended to keep them coming. Yeah, that was some pretty fire art. That was some pretty great art there. Dragon's Rage says, oh, that was MC Dude, sorry. Dragon's Rage says, what don't like about One Piece is that when something more interesting happens, not Straw Hat related, it cuts away. Example, Shanks and Whitebeard. Yeah, because once again, and a lot of people are ticked by that, but that also leaves the mystery. The reason they do that is because this is the story of the Straw Hats. We will never see, unless we get like an OVA, a past arc, an anime, a movie. We're never going to see Roger in a full fight, guys. Never going to see Prime Garp. We're never going to see Whitebeard. Sorry. It's not their story. If it doesn't involve one of the Straw Hats, I'm not saying the only time we're going to see a full-on, straight-up fight is Luffy. But if it's not Luffy, it's Zoro. If it's not Zoro, it's Sanji. We're going to only see clashes. We're never going to see, we'll probably never see the full fight of Akainu versus Aokiji. Because this manga would be 4,000 chapters. Not that some people wouldn't mind that, but a lot of people would go like, Jesus Christ, can we get to the end of this already? Like, you can't win with a fan base that size. There's always going to be problems. Things like that, what people are complaining about, the cutaways from like the major cool badass characters, the legends, that's for anime movies, OVAs, and after the series is over. It's not going to happen in the straightforward manga, guys. It's just not. Sorry. If you're expecting it, you're expecting too much. I think. Because this is the story of 10 main characters now. The Straw Hat crew. If it's not central focused on them, for the most part, it's like, you're not going to jump away from Luffy and the Straw Hats for 50 chapters, guys. It's just never going to happen. Look at everybody complaining about the Odin flashback. It only lasted like 9 goddamn chapters, and people were complaining like, oh, it's so slow, and they were jumping through like Odin's whole adventure, Odin's whole time. He was in Wano. He did this. He met Whitebeard. He met Roger. He went and found the One Piece. He was on the crew. He did this. Then Orochi did this. And then Kaido did that. They did all of this in like 8 or 9 chapters, told us the whole story. People couldn't wait for it to be over. But the moment we got a clash between Whitebeard and Roger, no, stay on this for 20 chapters. It's like, you can't have it both ways, guys. When he jumps away from the Straw Hats, it's going to be limited. He's got to tell the story. That's the point. So, let's see. Vib said, Murata always go ham with unique styles when Garou appears. I love that. I love that he put so much time and effort into that. That's great. Dragon says, or doesn't show, example, Akainu versus Aokiji. Exactly. We're probably never going to see that. Maybe one day it'll be animated, but we'll never see it until the end. Dragon's Rage says, whatever I know, it's all part of Goda's plan. Exactly. You got to give that man his credit. Go back and read Fishman Island all the way through. There's nothing wrong with that arc. I mean, is it 10 out of 10? No. But is it a solid 7? Absolutely. People shit on it for years. Go back and read it. Honestly, Dressrosa is too damn long. In my opinion, Dressrosa is too damn long. And it's not the greatest arc in the world because Doflamingo is not this fourth dimensional, better than any superhero villain that people make him out to be. Yeah, he's a good written character. He's a good villain. But he's not the be-all and end-all that people make him out to be. And I'm sorry, but also at the same time, Dressrosa is not that great an arc just because of that one villain. Dressrosa is Alabasta 2.0 and Crocodile is cooler. So, MC Dude said Griever was so entranced by Garou he didn't even realize Tots didn't even make an appearance this chapter. Another reason to love chapter 136 of the Garou show is because the lolly bitch didn't show up. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that, MC Dude. I am so thrilled. I am so thrilled to know that. I'm so thrilled to... Yeah. I did not realize that. Not until you pointed it out. Had I thought about it for more than a second, absolutely wouldn't have noticed. But I didn't notice because I was too focused on the greatness that was the main character of this manga. And it is fantastic. It is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, guys, this chapter was great. It was fire. I'm going to leave the chat up here for another 5 minutes or so. Get your thoughts out. And then we're going to end the stream. Because it's almost 10 o'clock at night. And now all I have managed to get done today is eat supper and do a stream. Fantastic. Actually, I was working on that milestone video thing. I was going through like all the major mangas. Well, not all the major ones, just ones I've read. Anything with over 100 chapters, I've been going through that I've read. Not every single one, just some of them. And trying to pinpoint, using a 3-star system, was the milestone chapter. You know, like, damn, chapter 100 of Bleach. Chapter 300 of Fairy Tail. Chapter 200 of Naruto. Like, those were major milestone chapters. They were, like, we found out Naruto, that was when, I don't know, the Itachi thing happened. Or the pain stuff, right? With Bleach, that's when Aizen, you know, the whole Aizen thing. Probably one of the greatest villain stories started probably the best arc in all of Shonen. If we're being realistic here, the Soul Society arc. And this was the big moment. Things like that. Like, I'm trying to see, like, is it written in stone that milestone chapters in a lot of popular and big or longer running mangas, the milestone chapters always try to fit either a key piece of information, introduce a new relevant character, try to make a big moment without ruining the pacing of the current arc. And they try to make Chapter 100, 200, 300, they try to make it great. I'm hoping to get this type of video out before the Akatsuki no Yona Chapter 200 drops, because I have a feeling that it may not be the big milestone that people are expecting. I could be wrong. I'd love to be wrong, but I wanted to do sort of an analytical video showcasing the differences. So I've gone over a lot. I'm probably only going to cover like 25, 30 different mangas to prove this point, but I'm going to go through and showcase that it's entirely possible, but at the same time, it's not a requirement. Every single time we hit a new triple digit, there has been many mangas that so far I found through my research that the chapter was not a bad chapter necessarily, but it wasn't like the death of Whitebeard every single time, right? So sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not. You know, it's basically from manga to manga, and that's I'm going to make a video about that. Considering we are coming up to the big chapter 1000 in One Piece, we're coming up to chapter 200 in Akatsuki no Yona, and we are really close to chapters 300s for both My Hero Academia first and then Black Clover soon to follow. So we're getting close to those milestones as well. So I really want to make this video before these 4 chapters drop. I'll definitely get it out before the My Hero Academia and the Black Clover stuff. But I want to bring this up as a topic and see what people think. MC Dude says, I hope the writing keeps things personal like it has lately. That would be really nice. Dragon's Rage says, hey, you fixed that one hair that was sticking out during your Record of Ragnarok reaction. Yeah, that was just a stray hair. I don't know what happened. It was probably caused by hat head from the day or something. I don't know. MC Dude says, the spectacle is great, but this stuff with Garou is way more interesting to me than the crazy huge fight going on between Tatsu and Orochi Psychos. That was my biggest problem, and I kept trying to say that. Like, I was trying to, in my live streams, I was trying to be wowed, and I was wowed. The art was amazing. But it's a fight between 2 characters that who gives a fuck? For one thing, I hate both of them. And second off, most people hate Psychos if they don't hate Tots. And it's just like, yeah, the visuals are fantastic. But who cares? Right? And that was part of my problem with that fight. Dragon's Rage says, fun fact, Oda wanted to get the Straw Hats out of the East Blue by chapter 100. Is that true? What did he actually do in chapter 100? I forget now. I haven't gotten to the One Piece part yet because I was saving both those big ones. I was saving them to see for the final part of that video and stuff. I'm basically spoiling the video, so now you guys won't even watch it. But yeah, it's definitely something I've been wanting to do. So yeah, I guess we got through the chats. We lost half of our viewer base, of course, because we're done with the Garou show reaction, chapter 136. This has been a pretty good stream, guys. It's almost over 2 hours, I think, now. Craziness, 12 likes. Gotta love all of you. I guess I didn't piss anybody off. So yeah, that's really great. So definitely like, comment, and subscribe and all that. Dragon's Rage really quickly just says here at the end, you know it would be funny and sad to find out that the One Piece was the journey itself and there's no treasure at the end. Oda actually did confirm that that is not the case. There is some type of physical, actual treasure of some variety at the end. He did confirm that. I forget where. Tekking brings it up all the time in his theory videos and stuff. King Lightning brings it up. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Always very much appreciated. Thanks for joining me tonight, and we'll see you back here next time. I believe I did a Rustage... No, I didn't do a Rustage. I did a Schwabity reaction to one of his latest rap videos featuring Daddy Fat Snaps. So that'll be out later this week. Maybe even as early as tomorrow if I can get it edited in time. So not that there's much to do, but still. Either way, so definitely look forward to that. Check that out. I've been having fun doing those few reaction videos. So anyways, that's it for the stream. Already did all the signing out stuff. Drink responsibly, as always. And we'll see you back here next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.